Yes, team, and welcome to the latest session of Mindset Mastery. So today we're going to be talking about how to get motivated, but more importantly, how to stay motivated. Now, over the years, I've heard these phrases so many times, and a lot of you are probably going to connect with them, or you'll have a point when you'll remember saying these things. I certainly know I have, right? So a big one, when as soon as we release one of our body transformation pictures, loads of the client's friends post on it. Oh, Lorraine, you've done so well. I wish I had your motivation. Like Lorraine was some kind of blessed child who just popped out, flexing her guns, motivated and ready to go for a run. People say, if only I could find the motivation. People say, I need you to motivate me, Lee. I need someone to motivate me. People say, I've lost my motivation. They say, I can't find my motivation. They say, I just need to get my motivation back. And the biggest one that we're going to focus on is people say, if only I had the motivation, I would insert whatever your dream is. Now, today we're going to discuss exactly what motivation is, why everyone is so fixated on needing it, and why you think it's the key to getting results, and why it's categorically not. So the first thing I want you to understand is there are two types of motivation. There's internal motivation, and there's external motivation or drivers. Just like we talk about everything in life being internal and external. We can't change the external world, but we can change the internal. If we sort the internal, the external will follow. Same as if we have chaos in our head, we'll have chaos in our life. Now, motivation is not nearly as important as you think it is. And if you're fixated on needing it to take action, you'll get used to my occasional swear word. You are fogged, okay? Because when we think it's the key to achieving results, we're wrong. But also, we can't write it off. Like when Goggins says, motivation is bullcrap. I tell you what, it damn well helps when you've got it though, doesn't it? How do you feel when you feel motivated? You feel amazing. You want to take action. You feel good, you feel happy. People around you feel happy because they're buzzing off of your motivation and your energy. It's why most people employ me to be their coach, because they want to get around my energy. They want to get around my motivation. So I've been asked probably 1,000 times, whether it's from clients or DMs on Instagram or anything, how do I get motivated? But more importantly, how do I stay motivated? Because most people at some point in life have managed to get started, but they then stop. And then they start, and then they stop, and then they start, and then they stop, and then they start, and then they stop. And they never go anywhere. So it's not just about getting motivated. Anyone can get motivated, but it's how do I stay motivated? And what do I do when I lose motivation? Now, the question I'm going to leave you with to fester in your mind before I dive into this training is, what if thinking you need motivation to achieve your dreams is actually the problem? Because I'm here to tell you that it is. You won't have seen another training like this. So switch on. Now here's the clue. I did not need any motivation to run 200 consecutive miles. Zero. I had it, but I didn't need it because I had meaning, aka my why. And if you find your why, then you'll find your way. Now, motivation is the internal and the external factors that govern whether or not we take action. It's that simple. Whether we take the action needed towards a goal, to achieve a goal, whether you get started. Some people will never get started because they'll say they didn't have the motivation, or they wish they had the motivation, or they couldn't get themselves motivated. And it's also whether you can sustain the action once you've started it. Anyone can do good things in the moment, when energy's high, when the PT's with you, when the coach is with you, when everyone's clapping, when people are watching, when your family's there. It's easy. Like probably the easiest part of the 200-mile run was the 200-mile run. Why? I had my team, I had my family, I had the doctor, I had Dr. Paul, I had people watching, I had constant support, constant backslapping, hundreds of support runners. Some of you are watching now. That's not the difficult bit. The difficult bit's the cold, wet mornings when you're on your own. And that's when you say you need motivation, but you don't. Now, motivation is the meaning and the purpose behind any decision you make to either do the work or not do the work that's needed in order to achieve the goal or the life that you say you want. Now, listen really carefully here. Internal motivation is personal satisfaction from achieving a goal. It's internal. It's how you feel. There's no physical thing. External motivation is being driven by external rewards, recognition, validation, significance, money, status, and everything in between. Again, sometimes both are great, but I wouldn't rely on either. I would be lying if I didn't say I didn't buzz off the significance that I got from that run, if I didn't enjoy that adulation, if I didn't enjoy the fact knowing that 65% of people who attempt that fail it. Of course it makes you feel good, but it's not what got me out on the training runs. Okay? So the reason why it's so important that you understand this is because you can control the internal, but you can't control the external. And I'm going to teach you how we apply this to every single area of life, because your mind's exactly the same. You can control the internal, but you can't control the external. And this is why motivation is not the key. And if you take one thing away from it, let it be this one thing. Because to get motivation, you need to do the work first. Motivation is always related to the outcome, external, or the feeling, internal, that you get from doing the thing. You don't get it before. You might feel it a little bit if you listen to like a video like this, but real motivation comes after taking the action and seeing results. And if you're relying on it to get your ass off the couch to do the work, to have the conversation, to make the move, to change the job, whatever it is that's holding you back, overcome the limiting beliefs, push through fear, then you are fucked. Because motivation is like the British weather. It will never be consistent, it'll always change, and you sure to hell can't fucking rely on it. So if you only do the work when you feel motivated, it's only going to be half the time at best. If you think you need to rely on someone else to motivate you, then your whole life is in someone else's hands. Your life isn't their responsibility, it's yours. So you have to understand that motivation comes through action. ABC, action brings change. So you take action, you get the reward, internal or external, which we'll come on to again. You might see there's a bit of a theme developing here. And then you have the motivation to do more. So there were over 1,000 training hours that built up to that 200-mile run. Do you really think I was motivated to do each of those sessions? 10 times 800-meter runs with 2 minutes rest in the pouring rain at Rother Valley. It's on my Instagram stories, on my Instagram feed. I was not motivated that day. I hated it. But my plan and my schedule and my meaning and my why and my purpose dictated my action. My plan dictates my action, not my feelings, which is what I'm going to come on to. So the highest achievers in body, in business, in life, happiness, personal happiness, everything I believe leads back to personal happiness, whether it's the body goal, the business goal, the money, or everything in between. But the highest achievers don't do things for external validation, for external motivation. You'll think they do. Like Cristiano Ronaldo won't have done anything he did for the things that he's got. He just fucking loves playing football. That's it. And he wants to be the best. And this is what we're going to come on to, how we, whether it's body, business or life, Fall in love with the process, not the prize. Learn to love the journey. Forget about the destination. Okay? They do it because they love it. And I'm going to heavily relate this to training. I know some of you were on the body transformation plan, some of you were on mindset mastery. But I train hard and eat well because I love it. And I respect my body and it makes me feel good. There was a time when I did it for other people, for validation, for Instagram stories, for abs, for female attention, for significance. Never lasted long. So the reward is you feel good. You go to the gym, you feel good. You eat a healthy meal, you feel good. The other reward is you look good. And when you look good, you feel good. Develops your confidence and everything falls in line with it. But it doesn't come from the external. And this will be the thing that will change your life forever if you can apply it. Clue, you can't hate yourself into achieving anything, and you'll never be motivated to do something if you're doing it as a pain escape for something that's making you feel bad. Extra clue, if you go into the gym because you fucking hate your body, that's why you keep quitting after 2 to 3 weeks. How about you go to the gym because you love your body and you want to start treating it with respect? Very different driver, but I'll come back to that. So, doing something for yourself and how it makes you feel is probably the strongest motivator in the world. And it's the only one that you can control. And we're going to learn how this comes into dopamine, especially for the ADHDers. So, dopamine and motivation and what's called the dopamine reward system are hugely connected, more so than you will ever have realised until you watch this training. But the feel-good thing we can control. So if I put my favourite house record on now, really loudly, what happens? I release dopamine. I'm in control of it. What's the key to motivation? Dopamine. I'll come back to that. So if you exercise because it feels good, rather than you hate your body, which one sounds more fun? Which one sounds more motivating? Of course, because you love the process. So, yes, the external can help. Yes, when you post a picture on Instagram and somebody says, "Oh my God, you look insane," it feels good. Feels good, makes you feel motivated. But one is more than the other, okay? And if you're relying on rewards, status, recognition, financial or otherwise, in order to do the work, then it's a very, very dark road. And that should be seen as a bonus, not the driver. Hi guys, I hope you've enjoyed this session so far. You can see this full session and hundreds more hour-long sessions at www.mindsetmasterywithlee.com, or you can just drop me a message on Instagram at mindsetmasterywithlee and I will send you the training and the links over. On Mindset Mastery, we've got hundreds of sessions, lessons, challenges, action points, a community, and the daily messages that are sent out every morning, along with a personal video with me and weekly Q&As, so you can really take your mindset, mastery, motivation, and life to a new level. Best thing is you can get all of that for less than the price of a cost of a half-decent daily coffee. I hope to see you on the inside. Take care.